So the video I decided to do for Banned Books Week is The Hate That You Give by Angie Thomas. Now, this book was published in 2017, and ever since then it has faced tremendous backlash and controversy over the mentioning of Black Lives Matter, racism, police brutality, and the foul language used in the book. This book was challenged by the 2017 School Board Administration of Katy Independent Schools in Houston, Texas. They just said that it was a lot of complaints from parents about the foul language being used, and they decided to remove the books from the shelves, unofficially banning the book, but they are leaning towards banning it. I believe that this book is really important, however, because to me, every time I turn on the TV, there's always a case of a police officer killing a young Black unarmed male. And this has raised talks of racism, racial profiling, and discrimination. And just the idea that African Americans are seen as these evil humans and are criminals. And for me, as a young Black woman, I find that important because this has been an ongoing talk for years, and it shouldn't be silenced because it does affect young Black kids and upcoming generations of that. And also the fact that this could happen to any race. And I feel that by silencing it, it shows that you don't care about young Black people or just young people in general being killed before they could even reach their 20s, especially that just based off the color of their skin. I find it unfair that people are trying to ban this book because it shows not only how the family in the book grieved over the death of Khalil, but also how the entire Black community did. The neighborhood Garden Heights did, and how she had to grieve over her friend Khalil. And it affected everybody, basically. Since this was her friend, I know that it took a tremendous toll on her. You definitely see it through the book. I don't know if you'll see it through the movie, but I felt very connected towards Star because I know that if I had to put myself in her shoes, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could be as strong as she was throughout the entire thing, or I don't know if I'll have to put myself in her shoes one day, or if somebody has to do it for me. It also highlights how the media justifies the killings of Black people by labeling us as something that we aren't, by pulling up our records, and instead of using a reasonable picture of us in the news or anything, they use mugshots. They say that we used to be drug dealers, we used to go to like juvenile detention centers, how we did so many bad things, and it basically tries to justify the reason why we were killed. And it's not, that's not why we deserved it. We didn't deserve anything that happened to us, basically. And it's based on stereotypes, and it's hard to defend yourself 24/7, and it's especially hard to defend somebody who's already killed because they can't even defend themselves. So that's why I really enjoy this book, and I find it very important. I will be reading a short excerpt from the book. It's towards the last few pages, but I still think that these pages are very important, and it basically seals the entire book together, which is something that I really do enjoy. So I'll start. Once upon a time, there was a hazel-eyed boy with dimples. I called him Khalil. The world called him a thug. He lived, but not nearly long enough, and for the rest of my life, I'll remember how he died. Fairy tale? No. But I'm not giving up on a better ending. It would be easy to quit if it was just about me, Khalil, that night, and that cop. It's about way more than that, though. It's about Seven, Sakani, Kenya, Devontae. It's also about Oscar, Ayana, Trayvon, Rakia, Michael, Eric, Tamir, John, Ezel, Sandra, Freddie, Alton, and Philando. It's even about that little boy in 1955 who nobody recognized at first, Emmett Till. The messed up part? There are so many more. Yet I think it'll change one day. How? I don't know. When? I definitely don't know. Why? Because there will always be someone ready to fight. Maybe it's my turn. Others are fighting too, even in the garden, where sometimes it feels like there's nothing worth fighting for. People are realizing and shouting and marching and demanding. They're not forgetting. I think that's the most important part. Khalil, I'll never forget. I'll never give up. I'll never be quiet. I promise. And this just goes to show how very impactful this book really is to the younger audience. And I feel that censoring the book or just banning it because of the foul language is just unfair, because there are a lot of young adult books in high school libraries, even middle school libraries, that have a lot of foul language in it. And I just wish that people would give the book a chance rather than just judging right off the bat by just looking through comments or anything like that. Actually give the book a chance, read the book, understand where the author is coming from, understand that this is still something that's going on in today in society, and just try to help prevent this, or even just contribute to the talk, basically. Thank you.